So every Saturday, if you're new to the area, take advantage. Every Saturday at 9:30 in the morning for about an hour, we teach free garden classes. You just show up, pick the topic you like, tune in. You got an expert there. It kind of rotates through. This week, I am teaching this Saturday class. It'll be gardening for newcomers. And it's just, what do you need to know to up your game so you're not making mistakes? The goal is, if you're going to make mistakes, at least you're always moving forward. That's how you learn gardening. You're never going backwards. You don't have to start over. You just went, oh, don't do that. Do this. Oh, I water a little bit too much. I got to come back here. Okay, that's good. Okay, you're always just guiding through. And gardening is rather social. So gardening for newcomers this Saturday at Waters Garden Center in the back greenhouse. It doesn't matter how hot, we can cool it. Doesn't matter if it's raining, it's sheltered. It doesn't matter if it's windy, we can control that. So it's just always, it is outdoors in a greenhouse, which is rather glorious, and that time of the morning, the butterflies are thick. They're all out. The hummingbirds are all over the place. And so it's kind of a beautiful time in the morning. Take advantage of that. Next week, it's doctors in the house. So we're starting to see a lot of bugs. I'm going to try, this is the July 15, 9:30 to 10:30. We're going to try to bring examples of aphids and grasshoppers and blister beetles and white fly and spider mites. What do you do with those? How do you keep weeds in check? How do you keep the animals? That we're just trying to keep things where you can control the heat, the bugs, the disease. We'll have mildew examples. So we'll tell you how to deal with those. So if you're having some garden issues, your plants aren't quite right, bring samples to the class. We'll ID them afterwards. Put them in a Ziploc baggie if you can, so we're not spreading that stuff, but that's what's there. Privacy screens. So there's lots of new buildings going up right now in privacy. Barriers, keeping the wind down, keeping the sun down, keeping your neighbors from looking in and gawking at you, hiding that pile of debris from your neighbor who's a contractor. We'll go for that one. The last class of July is the edible landscapes with trees and berries. So what are the berries? Grapes, figs, pomegranates. What fruit trees can we grow here, and how do you get more produce out of them? And that's the July lineup. You can take a look at all of those at watersgardencenter.com. Can I ask a favor? So my dance partners are kicking my behind. They're beating me. And so they just leapfrogged above where I was at. I thought I was in the lead, but Darren Riggs and Ronnie Demonetta, they just took the lead. They just raised $35,260 for Dancing for the Stars. So we're all dancing for the Boys and Girls Club. And it's a competition to raise money. If you buy a ticket to the event, you say who you want that ticket price to go to. If you buy a vote, you say who you're voting for. If you're sponsoring a very specific dancer. Well, I've raised $34,870. So they just leapfrogged by $500 above me. Could you take a look at Dancing for the Stars? Dancing, not the number 4, but dancing for, like the word, for the stars.net, not com.net. And take a look. You can take I'm front and center right there. They show you how much every dancer has raised. But if you're going to the event, buy a ticket. And as you check out, they'll go, oh, and which dancer would you like to be supporting? Say Ken and Carrie Hughes. So Ken Lane, just kind of go for it and help me out by just buying a vote. It takes $20 to buy a vote, or other. You could vote for however much you want, $100, $1. Vote goes towards the dancer. It's all going directly to the Boys and Girls Club. They funded over 60% of the two clubs with this one fundraiser at the club. So anyway, take a look, Dancing for the Stars. Now, throughout the week, Lisa and I camp out here at Waters Garden Center. We love talking to fans of the show.